start reality. Let's start with, thank you, with where we really are. Selling is tough work. If I was in the South, I'd say, can you give me an amen? But we're in the West, so I'm going to hear it, and oh yeah. I actually got a room full of Westerners to say amen last week. It was kind of fun. But anyway, selling is tough work. We've got to start with that truth. It's tough. I'm not going to talk about the economy. I'm just going to talk about selling in general. Selling's always been tough work. Zig Ziglar used to say that selling is the highest paying hard work and the lowest paying easy work. Would you agree? Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. The reason. This is good. Okay, so let's start at the top. What percentage of men do we think are thinkers?
90.
90.
90.
What are your big numbers?
90. 90.
We're working our way from high 90s to 70s. Yeah?
Yeah.
And women said high numbers. That's interesting, too. And by the way, thinker, this has nothing to do with intelligence level, obviously.
No.
Okay? It's not whether you're smart or not.
It's just getting to the
It's
meat of
just
the matter.
what you do with information. How do you use that information to make a buying decision, which is very interesting to all of us, especially if you're on board with me for increasing your closing ratio. Okay, what percentage of women do you think are thinkers? I'm hearing 10 from a woman. Wow, okay. Oh, they're feelers. Okay. Okay. 30? We don't hear any bigger numbers? Is that 40?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm running an auction. Sold to the lady in 70. I had to only show you one slide for today's talk. This would be it. Who here is an ESTJ? We should have a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good news. You can sell the way you like to buy, which is your natural selling style, a whopping 12 to 15%, and only have to change the way you sell a mere 85 to 87%, 8%, and that is best case. You see what I'm saying? You saw the math before. You know how we got there. All right. Do we have anybody in this bottom line? Any INTJ, INFJ, INTP, INFP? We got a couple. The good news is you can sell the way you like to buy, which is very comfortable, a whopping 2 to 3%. And you only have to change your way a mere 98 to 97%. See what I'm saying? Maybe.
It's kind of like everything you know is wrong.
Yeah, whatever you want to do the opposite. Yeah. And that's why I use the standard number about 10%. We can sell in our natural way about 10% of the time. And about 90% of the time, we're going to have to change something if we want to build that connection, so they're more likely to buy, so we can increase our closing ratio. I'm not crazy. I'm just not you. Let's say that together. Come on. I'm not crazy. I'm just not you. Exactly. When we start to really let in this thing that we are only going to naturally connect about 10% of the time, it starts to help us understand and remember they're not crazy, they're just not you. You know, Yale University did a study. They said that 1 week from now, you'll have forgotten, if you're average, which of course everybody in this room is above average. Exactly. But if you're average, you're going to forget 90% of everything we talked about right now. That's kind of sad, huh? 90%. But if you only have 10%, what I want you to remember is what we talked about today. If you sell in your natural style, the way you like to buy, you're only going to connect about 10% of the time. So if you want to kick up your closing ratio, you're going to need to be more sensitive to your customers' cues and sell to them the way they want to buy. I'm Michelle Nichols. Thank you.